Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. This is Mending Mahogany. Today is Friday. I hope you have something great planned for this weekend. I want to say welcome to all of my new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining the channel and taking time to listen to what I have to say. I don't take that lightly. So I was thinking the other day about how we're waiting on promises that God has given us to be fulfilled. And sometimes it looks like it's never going to happen, or it's not going to happen, or it's just not going as planned as we had it planned. But let me encourage you. Quick story time, morning story time. I got saved January 97. I got saved on a Sunday. It was the last Sunday in January. I believe it was January 26th. But the night before was a Saturday. If you would have told me while I was getting ready to go out to the club, getting dressed, putting on my little skimpy clothes, going out to the bar, going out to the club, if you would have told me that in 24 hours that I would be set free and delivered, I would have said, there's no way. I'm just in too much bondage. I've got too much stuff going on in my life. There's no way that my life can be completely turned around in 24 hours. But that is exactly what happened. I was at the club on Saturday, and the next day I went to church. It's a long, drawn out story, but I'm making it just brief. At the club Saturday, living the lifestyle that you live, drinking, partying, hanging out. And the next day I went to church. My family built a church, so it was always instilled in me to go to church, even when I wasn't saved. It was just something, I didn't go to church every Sunday, but I always went to church. Number one, because my family built the church, and number two, that's just how I was raised. Always go to church. I'd hang out in the back, but I would be there. But this particular Sunday, the Holy Spirit got a hold of me, and I was on that floor and rolling, and I realized now that I was going through deliverance. My grandmother and my mother were praying over me, and I just kept saying, I do this, I do that, naming all of the things that I was doing in my life that would keep me from giving my life to Christ. And I could hear my grandmother over and over in my ear saying, give it to Jesus, give it to Jesus. And in that split second that I blocked out everything that the enemy was throwing at me about why I could not give my life to Christ, when I gave it to Jesus, I tell you, when I got up off that floor, I was set free and delivered from drugs and alcohol, and I have not looked back since. But, of course, this journey with the Lord. He's always changing us and showing us things we need to be changed, that need to be changed in our life, of course. But from that moment on, I was with God and walking with God. So that was a sudden turnaround that I had no idea was going to happen. I'm telling you, if you would have said when I was getting dressed Saturday night to go out to the club that the next day I would be set free and delivered and saved and living for the Lord, I would have been like, what you talking about, Willis? But that's the kind of God that we serve. When his hand is upon something, there can be a sudden change and a sudden shift that only God can do. I often say, have you ever been to a play where the curtain goes down? And well, the play, there's one scene going on, and then the curtain goes down, and you have no idea what's going on behind the curtains. But what they're doing is they're changing the scenery. The stage hands are in there moving stuff around and working behind the scenes, and the curtain comes up. It's a totally different scene, a totally different atmosphere. The stage looks totally different. And that's how I say that God moves in our life. He's always moving behind the scenes. Even though it looks like nothing's moving, nothing's shaking, God is always moving behind the scenes. So be encouraged that when the hand of God gets upon something, there will be a sudden change and a sudden shift. I like to call it the 24-hour turnaround. Not that I'm saying that God's going to turn stuff around in 24 hours, but I say that to say that when God gets involved and his hand gets on something, things can shift like this. And I just thank God for his delivering power. I mean, come on, delivering power at the bar Saturday night, kicking them back, drinking, dancing, doing this. And the next day, healed, set free, and delivered. That's the kind of God that we serve. Have a wonderful day. This is Mending a Mahogany. Thanks for tuning into my channel. Have a good day.